So we've all gotten pretty used to AI, right? We ask it a question, it writes an email, maybe it makes a cool picture for us. But what if AI could do more than just answer? What if it could actually act on those answers? Not just suggest a plan, but actually execute it for you. Well, that's the huge leap forward we're going to talk about today. We're diving into the world of AI agents.
For the past couple of years, talking to an AI has felt like a conversation. We ask, it answers. It's a fantastic source of information. But an AI agent, that's a whole different ballgame. It's a task executor. It doesn't just tell you how to do something, it actually goes out and does it. And that right there, that's the fundamental shift we're seeing, moving from just passive knowledge to active, real-world execution.
And this quote right here, it just nails the analogy we're going to use. Think about it. A regular LLM, that's like hiring a brilliant consultant. They come in, they analyze the situation, and they hand you a fantastic strategy deck. But then they leave. An AI agent, though, is the full-time employee who takes that deck and actually does the work. So let's think of it as our new digital employee, ready to get things done. This idea is going to be key to understanding everything that follows.
Okay, so if we're going to hire this new digital employee, we should probably check out its resume, right? What are the core skills we should be looking for? What makes an AI agent so powerful?
Let's break down what makes up our digital employee. First, you've got the LLM, the large language model. That's the brain, right? It's doing all the thinking and the reasoning. Then there's RAG, which stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. Think of this as its personal, always up-to-date library. It lets the agent pull in external, real-time info. And then you have the tools. These are its hands, the APIs and databases it can use to actually interact with the digital world. You put all that together, and boom, you have a complete, functional employee.
So, digging a little deeper into that resume, here are the 5 job skills that really matter. First, it has reasoning. It can look at a huge, complex goal and break it down into smaller pieces. Then there's planning. It organizes those pieces into a logical to-do list. Tool usage is absolutely critical. This is its ability to actually use other software. It also has memory, so it remembers what you've talked about before. And finally, execution. It doesn't just make the plan, it follows through and gets it done.
Now this table is where it all kind of clicks into place. Look, a standard LLM, it's got reasoning. A RAG system adds that knowledge retrieval piece. Other systems can use tools to execute actions, but look over at the AI agent column. It's the only one with a check mark in every single box. It's the only one that integrates all of these things, and most importantly, adds real planning and autonomy to the mix. It's not just one more piece of the puzzle, it's the whole shebang.
So, we've gone through the resume, we know what it's capable of. Now let's see how our digital employee actually performs. What does a day on the job really look like for an AI agent?
Really, at its heart, an agent just runs on a simple loop. It all starts when it receives a goal. Then it thinks. It reasons about the goal and makes a plan. Next, it acts on that plan by using its tools. After it does something, it observes the result. Did it work? What happened? And based on that, it either tweaks its plan and repeats the cycle, or if the job's done, it completes the task. This reason, act, observe loop is the engine that drives pretty much everything an agent does.
Okay, I know that can sound a little abstract, so let's make it super concrete. Let's say you give an agent a goal like, find me the cheapest laptop that meets these specific requirements and order it. First, it'll reason that it needs to search for laptops, then compare prices, then actually buy one. So it acts by using a product search API. It observes the results, then it acts again by using a price comparison tool. It observes those results, and finally, it acts one last time by using a payment API to place the order. A real, multi-step task handled from start to finish.
Now, this isn't just a cool theory. AI agents are already out there, in the wild, being used by all sorts of industries. So where are these digital employees actually getting hired today? Let's start with customer support. An agent here can do way more than a simple chatbot. It can actually understand a customer's problem, go into a system like Zendesk, create a real support ticket, assign it to the right team, and even send a follow-up email a few days later to make sure everything was sorted out. Or how about a personal finance agent? Imagine it connects to your bank accounts, analyzes your spending habits, suggests a personalized budget, and then, with your okay of course, it could automatically move money into your savings or even pay a bill for you. Now this one is really next level. You can give a software agent a task like, add a login button to the homepage. It can write the code for it, then run automated tests to check its own work. And if the tests fail, it can read the error messages and try to fix its own bugs.
It's pretty wild.
And back to that shopping example, this is already happening. You could just tell an agent, find me a pair of size 10 running shoes under $100 with great reviews. It could then go scan a dozen different websites, find the absolute best deal, and either take you right to the checkout page or even complete the whole purchase for you.
Okay, but let's be real. No employee is perfect, especially not a brand new one. And that goes for our digital employees too. So it's time for their first performance review. Let's get into what agents are amazing at and where they still need a little work.
So the upsides are just huge. I mean, agents are absolute masters at automating those tedious, multi-step workflows, which saves a ton of human effort. They can make decisions based on data in a split second. And maybe best of all, they are incredibly scalable. Once you build one, you can spin up thousands of them to work at the same time.
But there are definitely some big hurdles to overcome. Reliability is a major one. Agents can still mess up or get stuck in a loop. All those thinking steps can also get really expensive from a computational standpoint. Security is, of course, a massive concern. You have to be super careful when you're giving an AI the keys to your other software. And finally, when an agent does make a mistake, trying to figure out why by tracing its chain of thought can be a real headache.
So if you take away just one thing from all of this, let it be this. AI agents are a genuine evolution. We're moving beyond the era of just talking to an AI for information. We are now entering an era of active, operational AI. The whole game is shifting from just knowing things to actually doing things.
And that leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. Right now, it might just be ordering a laptop or filing a support ticket. But as these digital employees become our everyday digital colleagues, what are the big, important, critical tasks we're going to trust them with next?